Hi everybody, this is Dr. Childs, and this is a super important video about what are in-text citations. These are the basics for in-text citations. Basically, whenever you take information from an outside source and put it in your writing, you must cite that source with a works cited page and an in-text citation. Now, it is called an in-text citation because it occurs inside parentheses in the midst of your text. So whenever you have a quotation, a paraphrase, a fact, a statistic, a summary, an idea, any information whatsoever from another source, you must immediately follow that bit of information with the in-text citation. Now, if you look here at the last bullet point here, this is what an in-text citation, this is what an in-text citation looks like, Smith 233. Now, inside the in-text citation, you usually include the author's name and the page number. Smith is the author's name, 233 is the page number where the quotation came from. Quotation, fact, statistic, whatever. You can also put the author's name in the introductory phrase of the quotation. Both of these examples are correct. So, according to Clay Shirky, our social tools remove older obstacles to public expression. Then you have the in-text citation 416. And so you see you have the author's name in the introductory phrase. You have the page number in the parentheses at the end. Second example, the author's name is not in the introductory phrase. It just says the internet has made it much easier for writers to publish their thoughts. Our social tools remove older obstacles to public expression. Shirky 416. And so in this case, the author's last name and the page number appear in the parentheses. Many internet sources do not have an author or a page number. And as you know, you are allowed to use some internet sources as long as they are reliable. So how do you properly do an in-text citation for them? Now, if a source does not have an author, the in-text citation should include the first main word in the works cited entry, like this, internet. If there's no page number, you only need to include the author's name or the first word of the title. Whatever appears first on your works cited entry, your correctly formatted works cited entry, that is the first word that appears in your in-text citation. Now, some of you may have been told in high school that you print out your source and you put the page number from your printout, from your printer, in the in-text citation. That is actually completely incorrect because many people are not going to print out the source, and if you're just looking on the internet, then the printer page number is completely useless. Instead, you simply use the author's last name or the first word of the title, whichever there is. Now, these are the main things that you need to remember about in-text citations. Forgetting the in-text citations is plagiarism. So if your paper does not have them, it will not receive a passing grade. So I really want you to understand, if your iSearch paper does not have in-text citations, it will automatically receive a failing grade. I want you to take this very seriously. If you leave out those in-text citations, it is plagiarism. Now, many people hesitate to put in-text citations because they feel like, well, I'm not quite sure I understand them. What if I make a mistake? I want you to realize that it is better to have an in-text citation with mistakes than no in-text citation whatsoever. So it is always better to put in some in-text citation, even if it's mistaken, than it is to just leave them out altogether. Never totally leave out your in-text citations. Now, the best thing for you to do is to really study the materials you've been given, both in these videos and in your textbook, about how to do correct in-text citations, because it's not particularly difficult. But if you leave them out altogether, then that is automatically a failing grade on your research paper. So I want you to be sure to remember to put those in-text citations in there. And as always, please let me know if you have any questions about any of this.